Hello YouTube, Jonathan800 here. So, Arms Against Tyranny came out, and so far I've been enjoying it and its new features. The path I went down for this video was to Nordic Council, which was a bumpier ride than expected. When I formed a Nordic Council, Norway did the wrong thing and asserted its neutrality. I then brought them into the Nordic Friendship Club with violence, but goofed up in the peace conference. With the Nordics mostly under our control, eyes turned on the Soviets. When I tried out the path before, I would say that Norway is one of the most useful countries to join your club, and if they don't, you should probably restart, and that a line of 115 wits per tile against the Soviets won't do all that well. This time I said screw combat with efficiency, my usual 21 wits with the new Rangers and other support companies will do well, and they did. Sweden intervening in the Winter War is by far one of the funniest things to do in the game, being at the same level of making the world embargo Italy as Ethiopia. You see that timer there? This war will end in under a minute in live speed, pauses and all. Simply all you have to do is click a funny decision, get buffs, and take Leningrad. However, there would be no peace after the Winter War. Germany would strike Denmark and Norway to secure the Swedish mines. The start of this conflict was desperate. The vast majority of my army was sitting in Denmark with a last stand order because they all decided to strat redeploy for some reason, and Quisling took Oslo even when my Norway owned it. The divisions I had throughout most of my army I believe were 12 with engineers, as I wanted those as garrisons, but they became part of my fighting force after I added Rangers and the other support companies I use. The other support companies I use are Field Hospital Support AA and Arty, and Engineers. After getting some of my 21 wits to Oslo, things were becoming more manageable. After clearing Oslo, I rushed north as Quisling also took Narvik, but surprise, the Soviets lied in giving up Karelia and were justifying a war goal for it. I did an offensive to get a land border with Finland again, who wasn't in the war, and made a gamble. I grabbed 12 of my 21 wits and parked them outside Leningrad and left the rest of the Soviet border unmanned, as I did not have the troops to spare. One funny decision later, and the continuation war looked like a repeat of the first one, but even more sad for the Soviets. Once again, Leningrad fell and the Soviets decided to peace out because, fair enough, they would have suffered heavy military penalties for a year if they didn't. Afterwards, it was time to liberate the rest of Norway. After securing the ports, it was just a cleanup job with the campaign costing only 140-some thousand casualties. Thanks, field hospitals! Because Denmark held, an assault was launched from there with amazing success, especially in the west where Scandinavian troops were able to liberate France and invade Italy from the west. Italy was swept easily, and with Vienna exposed, the European Axis would surrender. After one of the peace deals of all time, I decided that, no, I will not fight Japan, as the Swedish Navy at the end of the peace deal had only one Swedish ship, as they all exploded during the war. Sweden just cannot into Navy. So thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, you know the deal, and this is Jonathan800 signing out.